This is Rasputin. He was my first dog here. He was Akita mix, Akita and German Shepherd. Akita is a Asian, Japanese, a wolf mix dog. Malamutes are actually Asian too. They're not from Alaska. They're actually from Tibet. So Shazi history goes back 20,000 years to Tibet. And Rasputin's history goes back to ancient Japan. They were used for hunting bears. And this boy has confronted some bears here in his time. He also did a lot to save my life and was a major positive addition to this place. Here he is at Xmas time with the Xmas tree. Yeah, we like Santa Claus. Forget the fucking Christian crap. We don't even call it Christmas. That's taboo here. That's a no-no here. You use that word, we'll kick you out. Rasputin came with me when I first got here. And there were many times when he saved my life, when people attacked us or tried to fuck with us, and he chased them off. One time, this nutty meth monkey came at me with a crowbar, and Rasputin got in between us and jumped the guy, knocked him down, and he hit Rasputin with the crowbar across his back. And Rasputin jumped up and turned around and got back in front of me and gave me just enough time to reach in the door of the RV and grab my rifle and popped off 3 shots right over the guy's head, right through his top of the hair of his head. And he fell over, and then he ran up to his motorcycle, parked up on the hill, and I put another shot right through the gas tank of his motorcycle, and he ran out of gas down the road, and the cops got him. Yeah, he happened to be Congressman Richard Pombo's cousin, and he looks just like him too. They could be like twins. But anyway, they're gone now. He burnt down somebody's house after he was tweaking hard and said he saw demons coming out of the walls. He went away to prison for a few years. And then another time, some people came here. I didn't know who they were, why they were here, and started getting smart. And Rasputin grabbed the one guy by his beer belly and twisted it and put some pretty big fang marks in him. And they certainly left quick. So he done a job. He was a very smart boy, very smart dog. He had big head, big smart brain. And one time I left him here with a friend, and I went to go take my friend's van to go get some work done on his transmission for him. And I left him at home with Rasputin and a gun. And somebody showed up at the gates, and my friend panicked, and he did everything backwards. I told him to let the dog loose first to go up and check out who's going up there at the gates. And he didn't do that. He did all backwards. He went in the house and got the gun first and approached the dog. And, of course, the dog freaked out. He was already upset because something's going on. And he tried to bite my friend, and my friend got mad and hit him. And you don't do that, you know. And I wasn't told about this for 20 years till recently over the dinner table when I went to visit him. And I was not too happy, especially when he tried to justify how he did what he did, because he did everything backwards. And you know what? That's what you get for trusting your friends from the city to know what the hell they're doing out here, because they don't. So I take the blame for some of that myself. But Rasputin lived a very long time. He died from a heart attack. He's upset marching up and down the hallway of the main house, and the foxes were outside teasing him. They just had youngsters, and the youngsters would play in the bushes and tease him, because he would always chase them around, and then they would get back at him when he got older. And that's the day I walked back in the house and found him flopped over in the hallway. He had a heart attack. He was dying. but he was about 2-3 months from his 17th birthday. He'd been here with me for a very long time. He was a very smart and very tough dog. And he actually is the inspiration for the dog head or wolf dog head that you see on our logo with the full moon and the AV13. That's our farm logo, and that actually is modeled after him. So before any of these other wolf dogs were here. So, and that is our farm sign out there. If Smokey Joe got that in the picture with the flags, our logo, our farm logo out there at the gates, it was in the picture. Yeah, and so he was the inspiration for that. Well, anyway, and we took you over to the pet cemetery earlier in the other video, and you saw where he's buried, his headstone. And it says Rasputin, the Law of the Claw, and his birth date and death date. He died in November of 2006. So he's been gone 16 years now. And we'll never forget him. Anyway, that's pretty much Rasputin's story. He was a pound pup too, another throwaway dog. Kind of reminds me of myself, because I was a throwaway kid, teenager myself. I got booted out of the house when I was 16 and was a street punk for about 4.5, 5 years. And then I learned to be a machinist at my uncle's shop in Canada, and then came back and got into GM. And then we all know the story from there. Anyway, Rasputin had a similar background where he was living on a boat on the river, on a houseboat, and was tied up all the time. And that traumatized him a lot. So it was real good to have him out here where he could run around, and it was very good for him psychologically. And I think it saved him. And he lived a long time. Anyway, that's pretty much his story. And that's it for tonight, folks. For the viddies for tonight, that's the story of Rasputin. Okay. And yeah, good night. And power to the wolves and the dogs and the little people.